My Lords, I'd like to congratulate the Noble Lord Hollick and his committee members on the most fantastic report. I have really enjoyed this debate so far, and I look forward to the Minister's replies on all these absolutely crucial, important issues, public health, but also the health of nature and the environment. And it's been quite a slog to actually get this issue onto the agenda, but finally it is on the agenda and the public know about it, they're fully aware of it, and I don't want to give any hints to the government that exists at the moment on how to perhaps claw back some of the votes they've lost so far, but actually this is going to be an issue on doorsteps for the general election, and so the faster the government acts, the better for them. Obviously they're going to lose big time, but we don't have to worry about that too much at the moment. Now, Ofwat, the water regulator, have said repeatedly over the years that the water companies have had all the money they needed to do the necessary investment. So we have to ask where it's gone. Ofwat allowed our bills to rise by over 40% in recent decades in order to fund investment. But the investment largely didn't happen, and most of it went to shareholders at the average rate of £2 billion a year for the last 27 years. Now that money is our money, it's taxpayers' money. I don't want to pay higher bills. I actually want a refund, and I think a lot of people will agree with me, because we're all fed up with pollution in our rivers and on our coastlines, with swimmers and surfers actually swimming past sewage floating past them, and businesses that suffer when they have to put up signs saying, you know, please don't swim here. Not to mention environmentalists who are despairing at the loss of ecosystems because of the filthy rivers. And you have to ask, what have the regulators been doing over the last 3 decades? And is it actually possible to create an enforcement regime that will actually hold a private monopoly to account? Many of the public, I think, are probably not asking about the regulations and the regulators anymore. I think they're probably asking about the prison sentences that really ought to be given out. I'm not a big fan of increasing prison population, particularly at the moment, and so I think that if we are going to actually penalise the people who put us in this position, for example, the CEOs who are personally responsible for polluting our rivers, then we should issue community service orders so that they can be working on the ground to fix the pollution that they have created. But water companies themselves should be fined if they dump sewage, and instead of those fines adding to the water bill, the money should be found by selling shares to the government. And if they keep getting fined, then the public get their water companies back into public ownership at no extra cost. And certainly no water bill should go up until there's a guarantee that no money is going into shareholder bank accounts or being siphoned off to parent companies or taken out by CEO or senior staff bonuses. I actually want the CEOs of these water companies put on notice that they will be taken to court if the problems are not fixed. Now, there are a lot of options for cleaning up this mess, but they all involve a lot of money, and they all involve some understanding from the government that this is an urgent situation that has to be fixed. And so I very much look forward to the Noble Lord the Minister actually telling us what the government is going to do. And quite honestly, the petty, rather dismissive response from the government to the Noble Lord Hollick's report is shameful. And I do not understand how any government could be so petty and almost vindictive.